Welcome to our ROGU Union Students Election Q&A 2022. My name is Laila Ijoma Obiago, your student president, communication and democracy. Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. So for the election this year, we have 9 different president and vice president roles that are being contested for, and they include president, communication and democracy, president, education and welfare, president, sport and fiscal activity. We also have Vice President Community, Vice President Education, Vice President International, Vice President Society, Vice President Sport, and Vice President Welfare. And we are so delighted to share that we have 28 candidates who are contesting for these roles this year. So remember, voting starts March 30th and will close on Friday, April 1st at 2 p.m. when we will be announcing, and that one will also be announcing the election results on that same day as well. And by voting, you are ensuring that you have a say in who leads your student union come 2022-2023 academic year. You are ensuring that your voice is heard. You are ensuring that the right people represent you at the highest levels in the university. So please, I implore you to prepare to use your voice, use your vote. Come April 30th, make sure you vote. Voting will happen on our union website, rogunion.co.uk/elections. So make sure you're prepared to vote. Today we're having our question time, and some of you may be wondering what happens at the question time. So I would be giving you a little background on that. For this Q&A session today, we are joined by some of our candidates, and we will start by giving each of them 2 minutes to introduce themselves, outline their key manifesto priorities, what they want to achieve, and also explain to you, our dear students, because your votes count, why you should vote for each of them. After this introduction will come the question section, and each candidate would have 1 minute each to answer their questions. This year, we are running 2 question time events. Today, we're talking to the candidates for our student president roles, and tomorrow we will all hear from our vice presidents. So today we are speaking to our presidents, communication and democracy, president, education and welfare, and president, sports and physical activity. We're currently live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the union website. So please, if at any point during this conversation you have any questions or any comment for any of our candidates, please post them in the comment section, and we will try our best to get through as many as we can during this event. I would make sure I ask them to the candidates as much as we can. And before we get started as well, considering that we're joined by some of our candidates, so please make sure that you visit the union website, the elections page on the union website, rogunion.co.uk/elections, to see details about all of our candidates in this election and their manifestos, so that you can make an informed decision on who to vote for. Voting starts again on March 30th and will continue until 2 p.m. By Friday, April 1st. And we will be announcing the election results on the same day. So with all that said, we will begin now. It's time to meet our candidates. And we will be going with the President Communication and Democracy role first up. And picking our candidates based on the alphabetical order of their first names, we have contesting for this role, we have Chidinma. I don't know if Chidinma is here, please. We have Chidinma. We have Greg Miller. Greg is here. Okay. We also have Jessica. Jessica is here, right? And then we have Nagashri.
I'm right here.
Okay. And we have Ojoshimite. Ojoshimite.
I'm here.
Okay, all right.
I'm here, please.
And then we have Princess. And then we have Reeve. Reeve is here. And then we have, and then we have Susana. Okay. So just to reconfirm, do we have Princess here? Do we have Godwin Jessica here? And then Susana.
I'm right here.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we will start now. Please, 2 minutes is 2 minutes. Let me just quickly set the timer. Okay, and then you have 2 minutes to outline your manifesto and explain to our audience, our fellow students, why they should vote for you. So we will start with Chidima. So we'll start with Greg Miller. Greg, please, in 1 minute, outline your manifesto and explain why you believe students should vote for you. You have 2 minutes. Thank you.
Of course, thank you so much. No pressure being the first one up here. So yeah, I've been a vice president. I was the vice president of welfare. I've been in that role for 2 terms. I've been a student ambassador as well. Currently being VP welfare, we've achieved a lot of victories. We've moved on to exciting new social space, a larger union space, better representation for Grace students. We've also won a lot of victories on accommodation. Myself and Laila have led the Write Your Rent campaign. And I'm standing because I think we should and can go much further than that. So in my running for president, I'm not doing it because, I'm not doing it for a CV. I'm not doing it because I just thought, why not? I'm doing it because I really want to build on the success that we've had this year. And the way I'm going to go about that is going through my manifesto, a bar on campus and improved social spaces. It's about time we got a bar on campus and decent social spaces. It makes us behind compared to other universities, and I would address that. So it's a great way to bring students together after 2 years of isolation. I'd also improve union engagement with students and our relationships with schools. I think that's really important, especially coming after COVID. A lot of students need to see a welcoming face from the union. I would ensure that we're doing that and that we're more visible on campus. Campaign against student poverty. This is really important. We're facing a cost of living crisis at the moment in this country. So I would support NUS Scotland's campaigns to achieve summer SAS and fix student housing. That's building off the back of a lot of our campaigns that we've done in the union this year. Something else I would do, make RGU more inclusive and accessible for all. I think this is a really important measure, making sure everyone has equal opportunity to access and learn on campus, and making sure that people's protected characteristics are welcomed, and that we make an emphasis on welcoming everyone equally on campus. So the impact of this would be that we create a more transparent union, a fairer campus,
10 more
an exciting
seconds.
campus. And that's why I'm asking that you vote for me, Greg Miller, #1 for your president of Communication Democracy. Thank you so much, everyone.
Right on time. Thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you.
So up next is Jessica. You have 2 minutes, please, to outline your manifesto and explain to us why you believe students should vote for you. Sorry, we can't hear you. Okay, so I would resume your 2 minutes because as you already had 7 seconds gone. So we will start now. Yeah, so 2 minutes start now. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Jessica Godwin. I'm studying MSc Information Technology with Business Intelligence. Why should you vote for me? Vote for me for inclusiveness. Is a fact that RGU is made up of over 16,000 students from 150 countries, and from statistics, 70% of these students are from international students. And from survey, it has shown that majority of these students feel alienated because of their minority. They don't feel included. They feel they don't belong. They've not integrated, even after spending a year or so. So my first assignment is to bridge the gap. These minority students are feeling, and also work with the team to give them a sense of belonging. And secondly, my second aim is to provide academic support and career support. We all know that most of our students are from international communities, and from where we're coming from where most of us came from, the teaching and learning is not as advanced as what we have here in the UK. And when they come in, the students' academic performance tend to nosedive because of what they're exposed to, because of the technology and the teaching and learning method they're exposed to, and without any external support to help them in catching up. So my aim is to like organize, to devise a mechanism to help them achieve their academic goal. And
10 more seconds.
Oh, and lastly is oneness. It's obvious fact that students from abroad tend to have difficulties in getting accommodation.
Sorry, time is up now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jessica. And so we will move next to Nagashri.
Good morning, everyone. I've been a student at RGU since January, and I'm doing my master's in MSc Cybersecurity. I believe in empowering, supporting, and designing processes to achieve student goals, be it academically or personally. So I have had experience working with Media Space as a TV presenter, and I've also worked with the police department of my state to ensure that they have experiences that normal people do in terms of image enhancement. As of now, for RGU students, I have 6 major goals to achieve when I take office, which is making sure that senior students of your department get in touch with you and tell you what they have been doing when they were students, so that you get an access and more information about how you can go on with your course. Also, make sure students of RGU are given higher preferences once they've graduated. So I would like to talk and represent RGU outside of college and make sure that the councils here at the BD consider us for their own positions, part-time level hub, work-time hub at college, so that most of us who are having difficulties understanding or getting a part-time job can be sorted here at college as well. At the same time, how much of reduction in fees and vouchers and discounts can be provided to students? We have it already, but how can we increase that so that we have our living expenses sorted for a little bit while we're students here? Also, extension of food services at college, because sometimes you're staying back at college to complete coursework or maybe just catch up with friends. So extension of food services time, along with addition of international cuisines to our everyday food, so that we don't feel like we're missing home anytime. Also, lastly, because we have international students from all across the globe, how much can we know their culture? So cultural know-hows as well. Apart from this, what I've done in the 2 months that I've had here is that there was no community for the Indian students here, so I began a community
10 more
Indian
seconds.
Society. And with that, we're having an event today, so all of you are welcome for it. Apart from this, I'd like to make sure all the students also feel included. So
thank you so much. The time is up. Thank you. Okay, so we'll go up next with Ojoshimite. You have 2 minutes. Tell us about your manifesto and why you believe students should vote for you.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Onya Shimite. I'm a public health and health promotion master student. Basically, communication is about knowing that you have a voice and you should be heard. Democracy is about letting everyone know that they are included, should all be treated equally and in equity. So about my agenda and my manifesto, or rather my agenda for RGU students, I'll be looking at tackling accommodation issues, partnering with landlords and recruitment agencies, even for jobs too, to be able to tackle accommodation and job issues. And I'll also promote equity around the campus, inclusivity for every RGU student. And this point is being, my vision for this point is in line with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals vision that says leaving no one behind, because everyone should be treated fairly with dignity and respect. And diversified campus meal is one of the things I would like to look at too. I would partner with Aramark to make sure that they can bring in meals of every culture and nationality of every RGU student and make it affordable, and also try to extend their closing time because they close pretty early and people that stay back in school late have nothing to eat. Also going to be looking at timetable flexibility, synchronization of online and in-person learning. Most people are finding it hard to transition seamlessly from what they know to from their home country, and how to go about the campus model app and the rest of them. I'm going to partner with the IT department to make sure that everyone is on the same platform and can seamlessly transition, and this will help in the academic performance. I would also be looking at continuity in the pre-arrival sections for prospective students. Now, it will help
10 more
prospective students
seconds.
that intend to come to RG transition seamlessly to and bring that about academic performance. The reasons why you should vote for me is that
Thank you so much. Your time is up now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So okay, we'll move on next to Princess.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. So why should you vote for me? So first of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Princess Akanwa. I'm a computer science student, undergraduate. Why you should vote for me is because I want to improve the communication system in RGU and in the union. I feel like students putting so much effort and work and resources into the academic structure, and our opinion should be held at the highest importance. So to do that, I want to integrate constant feedback and constant means of communication in different forms and methods to allow all sorts of people with all types of abilities to be able to have their voices heard. Secondly, when it comes to making a vibrant RGU, as my manifesto, you could be able to see that my objectives is to have more social events and have more opportunities for people to mingle outside of academics, where they're able to relax and integrate and interact in an informal manner. So I mentioned things like, for example, fundraising fairs, poetry projects, gardening events possibly as well, and the big pub quiz are things that I would like to initiate. Following that, I would also want the student experience, because there's so many, it's multifaceted, and it includes the food, the drinks, it includes the societies, and it includes the ability to feel like a community. So when it comes to food and drinks, I think that it's important that we consider showing the diversification of RGU in every single thing that we do. And that includes, so I propose that we have different snacks. If food is too expensive to be realistic, then we could have possibly think about diverse snacks to allow us to feel as part of a community and share the internationalness that we have and the ethnicities that we hold.
10 more seconds.
I believe that I'm unique, and you should vote for me because I can understand both international and local students, as I am a great mix of both.
Thank you so much, and right on time. Okay, so up next we have Reeve. 2 minutes to tell us about your manifesto and why you believe students should vote for you.
Hello, I'm Reeve O'Neill, a final year media student, current Vice President of Community and Editor-in-Chief of Radar Media. During my time at RGU, I volunteered in over 13 roles, leading many fundraising campaigns, helping to launch the new RGU Union space, and representing many articles. By electing me as your President, Communication and Democracy, I'll place prayer rooms in the RG Union space, spaces for student parents to study whilst their children play, a music room full of equipment, more spaces for student groups, and finally implement the student bar that students have been requesting for many years without success. I'll also improve my work done as Vice President of Community through the likes of undercover seated areas, woodland paths, and places to play recreational sports outdoors. Additionally, I would host a lot more RG Union events. I would showcase the Creative and Cultural Business School and Grey School of Artwork in the heart of RG Union. Students work extremely hard, and I would love to display their work. One of the aspects that makes RGU so fantastic is its vibrant international student community. I'd like to extend this through an RGU International Student Cookbook, hold numerous events throughout the year that can mark important international dates in RGU student calendars, and work towards more international food at an affordable cost at RGU campus. I'd also like to introduce RG Union volunteer award cards, where students can get discounts to local businesses in aid of their efforts. AGM, students expressed a desire for free RGU merchandise, and so to meet this demand, I'd work towards a project that would ensure RGU graduates get a gift bag of branded merch to celebrate their hard work and time spent at our beautiful campus. Lastly, one of the crucial elements I would work towards
10 seconds
is
left.
the parking infrastructure of the RGU campus, using a new parking system, for example, pay-as-you-go. Overall, through voting for me,
Thank you so much, Eve. Your time is up now.
campus.
So sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So please, all candidates should please ensure that your mics are off when you are not speaking, so it doesn't interrupt the other person, please. Then we have up next, not the final word, but not the least, Susana. You have 2 minutes to tell us about your manifesto and why you believe students should vote for you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Susana Van Gaala. I'm actually running for this position because I want to improve student experience and welfare. Through this, I'll be able to ensure that there's a provision for a smart and safe nursery, because I know mothers really go through a lot, and they keep looking for where to leave their children when they have lectures and all of that. It's not been easy, I can imagine. So, and I also want to work on the guarantor and reference for students in the university. I know that mainly students go through a lot looking for guarantor. If they are unable to get a guarantor for their rent, they will have to pay for 6 months straight, and that it's really tedious for students, international students, and all of that. And then the reference in terms of job opportunities, they have to provide references and all of that. So if the university can stand as a reference for them, that would be great. I also want to promote the culture, the diverse culture in RGU, because RGU stands for diversity and all of that. And we have students from different countries coming to study here. So I like to promote culture through the inclusion of different international meals in the menu and drinks that will enhance student experience in the university. I also want to break communication barrier between students and the union so that they can access the union at all time and then have all the necessary information they need in their daily activities. I also want to establish a leadership
10 more
conference
seconds.
To speak up. And basically, I like advocating for others. These are the
and
things
your time is up. Thank you so much, Susana. Thank you so much for your response as well. Thank you all so much to all our candidates for introducing yourself. We will now go over to the questions. And please remember, for everyone watching us, remember that you can drop any question or comment that you have for any of our candidates in the comment section, and I can put the questions up to them for you. So for our first question, we will rotate the order this time around. So Greg started the first time, and this time around, we will start with Ojoshimite. And the first question is, a major element of the president's communication and democracy role involves helping to coordinate the union's campaign work. What have you identified as a major issue impacting students right now? And how do you intend to solve it through active campaigning? You have 1 minute.
Okay, so basically, what I've really identified as a major issue right now that is facing students here is that they don't even realize that they have a voice. So I want to bridge in that gap and make sure that I create awareness, letting them know that they have a voice, and also if the union can also assist in whatever that bothers them, and the union is always there to help them and go through anything at all that they are passing through, because most people are just so scared. Most people are not confident enough in themselves. And also, I feel like the union should, I'm going to operate on an open door policy where I'm going to be approachable and open to helping everyone from every race, irrespective of our nationality and where we're coming from, or your department, or
5 more
the
seconds.
level where you are.
All right. Thank you so much.
So
The time is up. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so up next we have Jessica. And the question again is, a major element of the president communication and democracy role involves helping the union to coordinate its campaign work. What have you identified as a major issue impacting students right now? And how do you intend to solve this, this issue through active campaigning? Your time starts now, Jessica.
Sorry, can you start it again? My mic was on mute. Sorry, please.
Okay. All right, started now.
Thank you. As a current class representative of my department, I've been opportune to attend meetings to hear student voice. So basically, what the problem they have is from where they come from. Where they come from, the teaching and learning method of where they come from is totally different from what we have here in the UK. So my major aim here, what I intend to do to solve the campaign I intend to solve, is to devise a mechanism to help students to devise a mechanism tailored helping students to improve their academic performance, and that's by liaising with lecturers, with external bodies, to make sure that this aim is achieved, and that
10 more
students who are struggling catch up and achieve their academic goals.
All right, thank you so much. Right on time. And then up next we have is Susana. So I will take the question again, Susana. A major element of the President Communication and Democracy role involves helping to coordinate the union's campaign work. What have you identified as a major issue impacting students right now, and how do you intend to solve this through active campaigning? I've started the time.
Okay, majorly the major issue I've observed about the issue with the student is communication. Students are unable to speak up when they have issues. So they are usually confused and they don't know who to speak to. So I intend to run a campaign that is open door, that allows students to come in and speak their mind. I would like to create that awareness that, okay, the student union is here for you, to listen to you, and to help you figure out whatever issue or challenges you are going through. And I will actively work in line in the aspect of transparency to ensure that students get
10 more seconds.
Students get to understand the RGU policies and all of that.
All right, thank you so much. Right on time. So up next is Reeve.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I
Sorry, Reeve. If your mic is on, please turn it off. Sorry, I will start the timer again. I can also repeat the questions if you want. Yeah, I can also repeat the question.
I'll just go now.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, Laila, you froze, I think.
Oh, okay. I was saying, I can repeat the question. A major element of the president and communication role involves helping the union to coordinate its campaign work. What have you identified as a major issue impacting students right now, and how do you intend to solve that through active campaigning? So I'll start the clock now. Yeah.
So a major issue is life post the COVID-19 lockdown pandemic and reintroducing a vibrant campus space open to all RGU students. As VP of Community, I've worked on various campaigns such as film nights, volunteer networking sessions, and fundraising events, including for the local neonatal intensive care unit and those affected by the wars in Ukraine. I'll expand on this through more events open to all, lunch and learn language sessions led by Irish students, and a student bar. I'll also have more spaces for societies to hold events and more places for student parents to take their children in where they can study and the children can play and read books. This making sure that the campus is accessible to everyone, no matter their background and any obstacles that they face. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Right on time. So up next is Princess. I can repeat the question again. A major element of the president and communication role involves helping to coordinate the union's campaign work. What have you identified as a major issue impacting students right now, and how do you intend to solve this through active campaigning?
Thank you so much. So a major issue that I've identified is to do with awareness of information and communication again. So this ties really closely with the role of communication and democracy. I think that ways in which I would campaign to have this issue resolved would be one, to engage with the social media platforms online, again, by the client community. And secondly, I think also that it would be wonderful to collaborate with peer support and again, increase that feedback culture of communication. And if people are involved, I feel like if students are involved in communication methods, then they're more likely to see the information as well. And thirdly, is I would say having the spaces for people to communicate, the events and the
7 more minutes.
For them to actually
4 seconds. Okay, all right. Oh,
I'm done.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. And you also had some network issues, some glitches. Oh, so sorry about
really?
that. Yeah, I wasn't hearing you clearly at some point. Okay. Okay, all right. So up next would be Nagashri. So sorry. I'll take the question again. A major element of this role involves helping to coordinate the union's campaign work. What have you identified as a major issue impacting students right now, and how do you intend to solve this through active campaigning?
Firstly, I think that students face when they come in could be getting to know the people here and getting, starting to live on their terms. First thing would be the part-time jobs, because everybody's trying to get one for themselves, and then also, sort of get it done with the college. And secondly, it would be the food, getting used to food culture that you're new to, and then having to live on with it, running between college and accommodations, and also trying to find accommodation spaces. So part-time work, accommodation spaces, and food is what I'm trying to help students out with initially, because these are the very basic needs. And then once this is set, the rest of the things can fall in place. Moving on, it could also be about them understanding the Moodle space, that's educational stuff with all of their courses, and also helping them interact with more and more people while they're here, apart from what their classrooms can offer, and also making sure that they can get a full-time job within the space after they graduate.
5 more seconds.
They can probably have a better life afterwards. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Right on time. Okay. So, and then last but not the least, Greg Miller. A major element of this role involves helping to coordinate the union's campaign work. What have you identified as a major issue impacting students right now, and how do you intend to solve this through active campaigning?
Thank you. So obviously, as Vice President of Welfare, I've done a lot of campaigning, like Write Your Rent. And I think a big problem that's going to be facing us is student poverty. Obviously, we're facing a cost of living crisis with the Ofgem price cap being lifted. And I think a few things we need to do is campaign with NUS Scotland on achieving summer SAS, so that students are actually supported over summer and aren't left to face financial ruin. I think fixing student housing, one of my commitments is making sure RGU-owned accommodation is affordable and it's good value for money. I'd also lobby private sector for better tenancy rights and possibly even going further and supporting rent controls. I think as well, in terms on campus, I would lobby for an RGU bar. This is so important. Everyone's going on about an RGU bar, and a lot of progress has been made, but we can go further. So I'd lobby for an RGU bar. I'd also ensure that going on campus is worthwhile. So that would be, for example, cheaper bus travel. Scottish Government's already introduced free bus travel for under 22s, but we've got mature students.
10 more seconds.
Access discounts. So I would lobby First Bus to give more discounts to students to make going on campus worthwhile. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Right on time. So just to reconfirm again, please, is Chidima here? Chidima? Okay, she's not. Okay, so we'll move on to the next second question. And for our second question, it is, in 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome this? So up first, we would have Reeve.
Hi, so as editor-in-chief of Radar Media, and I've also volunteered in different roles in societies, I recognise that the main issue is the space. We don't have a designated space for societies, so I would incorporate this into RG Union. I'd also incorporate the student bar, where students can hold events and meet and mingle with different students. One of the main ways through my VP community role is through the networking. So I've incorporated different events that allow all students that are part of societies, sports clubs, and volunteers through a way to meet and mingle through different volunteering sessions that have free food and different entertainment that allows them to have fun whilst also meeting the student demand. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So up next, we'll have Greg. The question is, in 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these?
Thank you. I think a big issue that I've encountered a lot is visibility. So obviously speaking to a lot of societies from the Grays School of Art and being a student from Grays, I think it'd be really great to sort of emphasize the work that they're doing and that societies are doing and promote that on a wider level. The way RGU is laid out is that the schools are very separate. So societies in the business school might not necessarily see what societies in Grays are doing. So I'd utilise the union space to highlight the work of Grays, but also schools like architecture and the work they're doing, whether this is a rotating exhibition space in the union or just highlighting them more through social media. I think it'd be a great way to get students more involved and highlight the great work that a lot of societies and schools do.
All right, thank you so much. So up next would be Princess. The question is, in 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these?
What does that mean? Sorry, you cut out. I wasn't.
Okay, sorry, I would take it back again. I'll take it again. In 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these?
Okay, so thank you. So society
Okay.
networks and groups require.
Okay, so sorry, Princess. Princess, sorry. Like, you're having network issues because I can't hear you.
Okay, can I possibly change to my laptop?
Exactly. So okay.
Have that again?
Yeah, I'll call you. I'll call you up next. So just get that fixed. So in the meantime, Jessica. Godwin, Jessica. The question is, in 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these? Jessica.
Sorry, my mic is muted.
Okay, all right, go ahead now.
Okay, the major challenges I've identified students are facing is employment. Student group are facing is employment. And how do I intend to do this to help them overcome this? I would like to organize a workshop, like firstly a CV workshop, because like that's the first thing that sells you to the employer. Organize a CV workshop for students to learn how to write a very good CV that will make them that will get attention from the employer, and also like invite recruitment agency to speak to students on this area. And secondly, most students find it difficult I would like to organize events to like an LGU Christian event.
10 seconds left.
Okay, which would my God, which would give students which will give students an opportunity.
So sorry, your time is up now. Thank you so much for your reply. Thank you. So up next will be Nash. The question again is, in 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these?
Firstly, I think the reach of these societies to their particular students who are coming in new. Every time there's a new intake, I don't think the students are very aware of their communities and the kind of society that they can be a part of. So I would like to get through to this issue directly to the university, because they have the access to all of them. And secondly, I would say employment again. And also all these societies and student union as such, I can get more visibility and awareness across RGU as well as outside RGU, so that we can probably be an entity that is run by our own funds and not always depending on the university or sponsorships mostly. And thirdly, I would say all the societies have their own set of members who will be renewing every now and then. So we can make this probably like a free membership for all societies, so that we have more possibilities of all of them being a part of these societies, rather than people backing out every year when there's a renewal. And lastly, I would like to say about the food culture that is existent right now, and getting more food from their own people. So for example, I'm from India, so I probably know an Indian would probably understand how I would get prepare my food. So this is likewise for all the other nationalities.
Time
so
is
we
up.
Can probably reach them.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So up next will be Ojo Shimite. Let me repeat the question again.
Okay.
Let me repeat the
So
question.
basically,
sorry, hold on. Let me repeat the question. In 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these?
Okay, so how we support them to overcome this will be encouraging them and being part of creating awareness for more visibility via social media handles, flyers, and even when we do Freshers Week, to be able to get new members so that the society can be active. On that thing will be time and space for meetings, because it's a big school and we're all from different departments, different nationalities. Our timetables may be clashing. So when they need to look into the time where it will be convenient for people, and because of the COVID rules and regulations, you can imagine if you have like a society of over 200 and something people, the space for them to hold their meetings would actually be a problem. So I think these challenges that they'll be facing will
10 more
be the
seconds.
time, space, and creating awareness. So they need more visibility so that people can be aware that such societies are in school and people should actually
Thank you
belong
so
to
much.
them
Your
and
time
be
is up
involved.
now. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so up next would be Susana.
Hello.
The question again is, in 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these?
Okay. Basically, societies activities are not well promoted within the university. So students are not aware of those activities, and the social media handles and all of that don't get to capture all of it. So students are not attracted to it. And then secondly, we have lots of talent in the school, and then students are not aware of the existence of these societies to join so that they can display their talents. At the end of the day, they just leave without showcasing their talent. So what I intend to do is to promote events that will draw media attention to the university, not just for just the university, but Scotland as a whole, so that this talent will be showcased within the UK and globally as well. So that's what I intend to do for the society.
All right. Thank you so much. Then, Princess, I hope you sorted your network issues now. So in 1 minute, yeah. So in 1 minute, what challenges do you think societies and other student-led groups are currently encountering, and how will you support them to overcome these?
So thank you. I think that societies are such an integral part of the student experience. And I feel like from what I am the president of the Nigerian Student Society currently, and the issues that I have pinpointed myself and heard from our forums are funding, awareness, and also training. Training is really important because you're giving these people roles to support other students, and it's important that they know how to do that as much as possible to give the best service. Funding is important, and it's not just about giving them money, but giving them means to make money for their society. So that includes fundraising events and other events around the year, like society spotlights to raise awareness. And I also think that the social media platforms are really important when it comes to highlighting the value of societies and bringing more students to their corner and to their doorstep as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. At this point, does anybody have anything that they would want to add, any comment they would want to add? Because we've actually come to the end of the questions for the president, communication, and democracy. I don't know if any of the candidates, 7 of you, if you have any other comments you just want to add. We have just 1 minute to take that. Okay, so let me just quickly check. Okay, in the absence of that, we have a question. Okay, all right. I have a question. We have a question from students, and it's actually for you, Princess.
Hi.
The question reads, "Hi, Princess. Good manifesto. From your flyers, you seem to have a preferred candidate for the other presidential positions. Should the candidates lose, would you? Okay, if you are successful and the other candidate loses, would you work effectively with the winner?"
Okay, thank you for that question. Definitely, that's a really easy answer. I think for me, it's not about who wins or who loses. It's about the students. It's about working for their best interest, and that's why my slogan, "Investing in your interest." The "your" is for the students, not for the winner of the President of Education and Welfare. So it's in your interest that I plan to work for, and I do. I hope that you do vote for me and have a look at my manifesto and see if you believe in what I believe.
Thank you so much. All right. So does any So does anybody else have any, that's the only question we have from students. Does anybody have any comments to make before we say goodbye to our President, Communication and Democracy candidates? Okay, so thank you all so much once again. And at this point, we'll move over to the President's Education and Welfare candidates. And we are joined by a couple of these candidates for this position. Just a reminder as well to our students who are watching, please make sure to visit the elections page on the union website, roguunion.co.uk/election, to find manifestos and every details about all of our candidates who are running in this election. And remember again, voting starts on the 30th of March and will continue and close on Friday, April 1st at 2 p.m., where we will be, and we'll also be announcing the results of the elections on that same day as well. So picking our President, Education and Welfare candidates, and based on their alphabetical order of their first names, we have Emma Jane. Please, could you confirm if you're here, please? Emma Jane.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, all right. And then we have Benga. Benga. And we have Olawale.
I'm here, thank you.
Hello.
Sorry, is Benga here?
Good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right. And then we have Olawale.
Hello, everybody.
And we have Oluwafumilola.
I'm here.
Okay. And we have Patricia.
Patricia is here.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. So just as we did for President, Communication and Democracy, we will give each of our candidates for President, Education and Welfare 2 minutes to outline their manifesto and explain to you, our students, why you should vote for them. After this introduction, we'll follow the Q&A section, and each candidate will have 1 minute each to answer their questions. So we will start with Emma Jane. In 1 minute, please outline your manifesto and explain to students why you believe they should vote for you. Sorry, in 2 minutes, yeah? Yeah, sorry, not 1 minute. Sorry about that.
Are you
in
trying
2
to
minutes.
cut me short?
No, so sorry. So the time starts now,
Okay.
2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Emma Jane, and I am ready to stand as your President of Education and Welfare. I study contemporary art practice. I am also the Student School Officer for Grace School of Art. I am also an Associate Trainer for SPARKS. SPARKS stands for Student Partnerships in Quality Scotland. I have 15 years managerial experience behind me. Through these roles, I have demonstrated working in partnership and empathy. I'm not going to take these 2 minutes to rattle through my manifesto. What I will describe is that my campaign Emma Jane, is about our RGU. That's our RGU. It's about the people of our RGU. It's about culture at our RGU. And it's about community at our RGU. So what I will ask you to vote for is our RGU. That's
Okay,
me. Thank you.
right. Thank you so much. That was a quick one. Thank you. I only use one, as you actually have left 1 minute, 3 seconds. So you actually use less than 1 minute. Thank you so much, Emma Jane. And then we have up next, Benga. Please, in 2 minutes, tell us why we should vote for you and what your manifesto is all about. Thank you.
All right. My name is Benga, and then I'm the current student rep for IBM Student 2021 session, and I've been 21 session, and I've been working closely with the current outgoing students and union government, and I'll be able to spot out areas where our students are still lacking behind. And if you vote me in as your student president for education and welfare, I'm coming with a mission to work alongside the school management to transform the life of the students and community through excellent partnership in terms of education and welfare support. So while I'm working as the student rep, I've been able to also identify areas where students are lacking behind. This is part of my agenda if you elect me as your student president for student education and welfare. I've been able to realize that students' social life need to be improved in RGU, which is very important in terms of academic excellence, Also, student on-campus engagement is very weak. Students after lecture, they tend to catch up with boss and leave the school premises. This is not how campus should be. Campus should be a place of fun where students can even travel from town to come and have fun on campus and share with themselves what are the areas that they need to improve on. So these are the areas I'm going to be tackling if you vote me in as your president. And how am I going to achieve this? I'm going to set up Student Connect platform where students can connect together, relate, exchange numbers, give themselves opportunities, and also engage in study group in such a way that on the long run and on the short run, it will have positive impact on the
10 seconds left.
So finally, I'm also going to improve employability and entrepreneur of the student so that student
thank you so much. Thank you so much, and your time is up now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Olawale, please, Olawale, in 2 minutes, please tell us about your manifesto and why you believe students should vote for you.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Rufai Gadni Olawale. I'll be running for the post of President, Education and Welfare. Prior to this time, I've been president for Law Society in my university when I was a student. I was also the class governor when I was in the law school, and currently I'm a member of Academic and Social Council of the law school. So I won't bore you too much with my achievement, but I would like to go straight down to what I will do if I become president of students welfare and education. So one of the things I'm clamoring for is the discounted and reduced placement fees. The university charges so high for students to be put on placement, while students are being asked to go look for placement. With my agenda in place, university I will work with the university to reduce the placement cost. And secondly, I would work with on an initiative which we call our grant initiative, which will put the university at the forefront of granting students for house rent and some other things. And then I will also accessible reliefs of students, which can now the university will set aside funds to ensure that students have what we call an RGU food bank where students can go to and get food, so that no student can go home hungry. And then we have what I call the student legal vet group. The legal vet group is going to be a group of students who are going to vet documents, because students enter into a lot of contract documents without knowing the implication of what they are entering into. So the student group will vet those documents before they are signed. Then we will also work on what we call the 3-month study abroad option for home, and then the last one will be the free bus pass per day for students in a semester. I have so much to say, but I have less time.
Thank you so much. Your time is up now. Thank you so much. So up next is Oluwafumilola. In 2 minutes, please tell us about your manifesto and why you think and why you believe students should vote for you.
Okay. Do I start time?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Oluwafumilola Akesho. I am the current Student Union Vice President International, studying IT with cybersecurity. I want to say a big thank you to all students for voting me last year as the Vice President International, and why you should vote for me again. I am a dedicated, committed, and ready to demonstrate selfless service to all the students and the university. I understand how the union and university operates, and I'm consistent contact with students and promoting their views and universities. What are my plans for next year? I won't be able to talk about my last achievement, but I want to talk about the next step. What am I going to take next step? So I'll be working with student representatives and student school officers and study support areas on assisting students from all faculties, regardless of their academic background, and improving their academic performance. My next plan is to study with promote student employment prospects, which is I'll be working to increase opportunities for apprenticeship, internship, and part-time work for the students population. Also working with the university to support students with part-time training and job certification in substitutes for UK experience for students, especially international students. And my next plan is also to promote student interaction for post-COVID-19, prompting monthly events for student awareness and academic interaction, providing avenue for students to discuss concern about their private and academic situation. in a safe and calming environment. And my next agenda again is to, I'm sorry that I'm talking so fast because I have a few minutes, I have to cover everything. And my next agenda is also reducing student anxiously, working towards faster administration in terms of responding to student issues and pushing forward to efficient administration for student benefit. That is, rather than making the administration take time, I'll push forward in early response to student issues in RGU. So, well, thank you very much.
There's a little request we have here that says, I would encourage candidates who are about to speak to mute the stream that they are watching before speaking to avoid the feedback that is coming through. I don't know if we understand that. Okay, sorry about that. So 2 seconds, please. Okay. So, but all the same, please, if you're not speaking at the moment, do turn off your mic, please. So up next we have Patricia.
Hi everyone, I'm Patricia Nkem Innocent. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am studying Masters in Public Health and Health Promotion, and I have been a student president, International College of Robert Gordon University. I have over 10 years of experience working as a teacher and also being a student. This means that I know what students need to excel in their academic and general well-being. And I also know what it means to work with the school management so that we could get to achieve a common goal. Now, I am proactive, I'm resourceful, I am competent with my wealth of experience. I'm going to say why you should vote for me. These are the things I hope to achieve while I'm in office. During the last AGM, and having entered other society meetings and stuff, I've come up with different things that I realize students need. Timetable flexibility. There's going to be availability of flexible face-to-face classes and online options for individuals, especially those with families, so that especially mothers and fathers with children, they don't have to put their lives on hold so that they can take care of their family before they continue their schooling. This was something that was raised during the last AGM. Also, we have student accommodation for international students with dependents. We know that a lot of students, even as I speak to you, are still in hotels and Airbnbs paying a whole lot of money because they don't have accommodation. So there will be availability of accommodation for families for them to stay in 1 month. That way they have a landing spot where they can stay while they search for a better place for themselves. Then also we're talking about there will be free meals on Wellbeing Wednesday. A lot of people don't even know there is something called Wellbeing Wednesdays. Wellbeing Wednesdays with free snacks such as sandwich and coffee for students and staff is going to be an exciting experience because at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. every Wednesday, people will look forward to it. Then there will be quality and diversity fair and exposure to work for international students.
Time is up now. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for your replies as well. So we'll go over now to the Q&A section. And then we will rotate the order in which the questions are asked. So we will start with Fumi. And the question is, how will you help the union to improve the support it provides to Nightline, peer support, and equality champions to ensure that these student-led welfare groups can thrive and continue to offer valuable services to RGU students? I can take the question again. How will you help the union to improve the support it provides to Nightline, peer support, and equality champions to ensure that these student-led welfare groups thrive and that they continue to offer valuable services to RGU students? You have 1 minute. Okay, oh, you're on mute.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'll restart your time.
I would like to take is to promote their events, make sure they have every monthly events every month, because I noticed that the peer group support, well-being support, only have an event once a year. So my plan is to, if possible, to have monthly events whereby students can come in and participate in those events, and also try as much as possible to raise funds in order to help this society. Because one of the ways, or last year as president, one of the ways the union were able to help societies is is to be able to promote these societies to students, and also for students to be able to participate. So without students participating, definitely the rest life and the well-being and peer support will not be able to
10
also
seconds
strive. So
left.
we need to get the students to be engaged in this kind of things, and also try as much as possible to spread awareness in any way through media or
Thank you
social
so
media.
much. And your time is up now. Thank you. Thank you. So up next, we'll have Benga. So the question again is, how will you help the union to improve the support that the union provides to Nightline, peer support, and equality champions in order to ensure that these student-led welfare groups, that they thrive and continue to offer valuable services to RGU students?
All right. Thank you very much for that question. What I'm going to do is to ensure more visibility and awareness through constant programs that are of interest to students, and ensuring that I catch the students at the point of entering into the school during orientation to let them be aware of this study, of these groups, of this social club, and ensure that they all participate, and not just showing that awareness just once in a while. It's going to be a regular thing, like a monthly awareness, ensuring that we do a kind of orientation consistently at interval, probably every month, for both new students and students that are already in the system, so that everybody from time to time have understanding of these clubs, these social groups, so that
10
they can
seconds
all
left.
participate. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. So up next would be, Olawale.
Okay.
Let me take the question again. Let me take the question again, right? Let me take the question again. How will you help the union to improve the support that it provides to Nightline, peer support, and equality champions in order to ensure that these student-led welfare groups thrive and continue to offer valuable services to RGU students?
Okay, this group that you just mentioned, they seem to fall among the groups that offer special services to students, which of course we have seen their impact over the time. What we are going to do as if what I'm going to do if I become a president, I will ensure that we provide support and funding to them, and also make sure that the students become aware of these groups, because there are some societies or peer-to-peer groups like this that offer special services to them, but students are not aware of them. We will ensure we make students to be more aware of them, provide funding to them, and we ensure that those that participate in this volunteering are encouraged to do better. And how do we do that? We ensure that we give them a better training that will enable them to offer these services better to students and to give them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So up next will be Patricia. Let me repeat the question again. How will you help the union improve the support it provides Nightline, peer support, and equality champions to ensure that they thrive and continue to offer valuable services to RGU students?
Thank you so much for the question. How I'm going to is by carrying out fundraisers. Can I please ask people to mute the mics? It's really not. Okay, by carrying out fundraisers to support them, by creating conducive environment for the workers to be at, and then to create awareness through advertisement and sensitization, so students can know that these groups exist. Advertisement will be through the RGU social media and flyers on campus. Also, volunteers will be given flexibility in their timetable so that they could attend online classes or watch videos later. For the Nightline, snacks will be provided at work for them, and for those dealing with equality campaigns and more outreach programs would be arranged so that students and staff would know that this group exists and they could always go for help whenever they need. Thank you.
Emma Jane, how will you help the union improve the support it provides Nightline, peer support, and equality champions to ensure that these groups thrive and continue to offer valuable services to our students?
Okay, so firstly, I want to thank these guys for the work that they're actually doing. Peer support, Nightline, and our quality champions. They're not just raising awareness once a month. I see the work that they're putting in, and for many, they're actually a lifeline. I've been working with groups like this for the last couple of years, and I've been supporting them through my role as a student school officer in Grays. We've been working with the school, we've been working with these groups, and we've been working with societies to help bring together more access to these facilities. We created what we called a craving for social interaction, which was a timetable that brought these groups together to kind of support students when we were living through that COVID period. So I am eager to continue supporting and champion the work that they have been doing. So thank you.
Time. So yeah. So that ends our first question, and then we'll quickly move on to the second question. And it says, the way we learn has changed drastically over the past 2 years. How will you engage with school officers and the rep system to ensure their feedback can influence future delivery of teaching across the university? So up first, we would have Benga. The question again is, the way we learn has changed drastically over the past 2 years. How will you engage with school officers and the rep system to ensure that their feedback can influence future delivery of teaching across the university? So we'll start with Benga.
Okay, how I will work with them. Just like I earlier mentioned, I've been a student rep since last year, September. So I'm just going to build on what the outgoing president's already doing, because they have a network of connections with this department, whereby we have the student rep who relate with the students, then give feedback to the president, and then the president also give feedback to the department. So what I'm going to do is to strengthen this relationship through networking, and then engaging them online, so that information on how the students are faring is easily being passed through these channels and being, passed to the appropriate department where decision can be made and various adjustments can be made. I'm just going to ensure that students are well carried along.
Thank you so much, and your time is up now. Thank you. Okay, so we'll go back to Emma Jane, the same question as well. The way we learn has changed drastically over the past 2 years. How will you engage with school officers and class reps to ensure that the feedback that they give influences future delivery of teaching across the university?
Of course, so it's changed dramatically. And I've been a student school officer for 2 years, my first year being through the COVID pandemic and my second year starting to come out of it. So already I'm experiencing that with our peers. And I'm actually excited about how our learning can change. I'm looking for collaboration with students and with our school across RGU to seek creative and innovative ways of how we can learn together and continue to grow as individuals. So this change actually excites me. I see it as an opportunity, and I'm excited to work with everyone as we move forward with that. I hope that answers the question.
All right. Thank you so much. And then we'll move over to Fumi. The question again is, the way we learn has changed drastically over the past 2 years. How will you engage with school officers and class reps to ensure that their feedback influences future delivery of teaching across the university?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
The way we learn has changed drastically over the past 2 years. How will you engage with school officers and class reps to ensure that the feedback they give influences future delivery of teaching in RGU?
Thank you very much. As a school officer, we normally regularly have meeting with the past president, or should I say present president, engaging in discussion and feedback from students. We normally hold regular meetings and Zoom meetings with students in order to, ask them questions, what exactly they are facing in class and facing with their courses, and if there are any things that they are battling with, whether mentally, physically, or financially. So we engage with students and also relate that to the president. So basically, I'll be working with possibly all the school reps and school officers, engaging them with discussions, how we can solve this solution, and also engaging with our lecturers and the school management on these same issues that are also, the students are also facing. Thank you.
Thank you. So Patricia, the same question as well. The way we learn has changed drastically over the past 2 years. How will you engage with school officers and the rep system to ensure that the feedback they give influences future delivery of teaching across the university? You're on mute, sorry.
Sorry. Can you please, I'm starting again. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to relate with school officers and representatives. One of the first things that is going to happen is quick responses to emails sent, because speaking from experience, I sent message to school officers till now, I've not gotten any response for over a week. Now there'll be feedback forms available online for students to give weekly feedback, so based on what they've done in the week, and then that way the teachers can know what is going on a weekly basis. The students would also have personal development forms to fill, and then they can also monitor their own development every week. Then the opinions of students will matter. When they give feedback, it will matter, and it will not just be brushed aside. The feedback of students will matter, because sometimes it's like you're just asking for feedback for the sake of asking for feedback, and they tell you what is going on with them. Like this timetable issue, and they'll tell you,
7
I'm sorry,
seconds
there's
left.
on. So the feedback of students will matter. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And then the final question, yeah. And then to the final question, I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead with that.
Laila,
I can hear you, Wale.
I've given my feedback here. I haven't spoken.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Yeah,
on this
sorry.
question.
Yeah. Sorry, that's true. So Wale, your time is next, and then the way we learn has changed drastically over the past 2 years. How will you engage with school officers and the rep system to ensure that the feedback they give influences future delivery of teaching across the university? My apologies for, as in like unknowingly skipping you.
Okay, I believe that feedback is key in the process. Okay, viable communication is a very, very important part of the system. So we will encourage those feedback that is given to students, to the student rep, to be directly given to us, so that we can channel it directly to the university or the lecturer, so that all of the student feedbacks will be worked on. Because it's one thing for the feedback to be given, is another thing for the feedback to be worked upon. So according to the process, we will ensure that all of the feedback that is given to us are worked on, and the university actually take necessary steps to ensure that these feedback are addressed and students actually meet the goals of the students. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So with that said, we've done with the questions as well. So I don't know, at this point, does anybody have anything else to add? If you have any remarks to add to maybe to what you've said. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Emma Jane.
Can I just add here? I think it's really important to add here the work that students are already doing and contributing to our schools, to our RGU. I just think it's important. We're talking about how we improve that, but I want to make a point of recognizing the work that has been done by our students already and our staff. So thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you so much. I don't know if any other person has any other remark to add. We have 30 seconds to do that.
I'm going to say that one of the things that we don't seem to be talking about well enough is mental well-being. And as a public health student, I'm going to really work with my team to promote mental well-being so that students and staff can be open about being vocal about their mental well-being. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Does anybody else have anything to add before we quickly move on to sports?
All right. One other thing I'd like to add is that nobody mentioned the already made work that has been done by the past government, and one of the things I'm going to be doing is to build on the good work they've done, because it's another thing to come and start from the beginning. It's another thing to build on what has already been done. So for me, I'm going to be building on the good work that Laila and Damilola have done. That's one of my agenda. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Any other final thoughts before we move on?
Okay. My own take is that in the eventuality that anything happens, I'm ready to work in line with anybody who wins and offer them my portfolio so that they can be able to carry on with the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other final remarks before we move on?
Well, I don't have anything much to say. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that's our 5 candidates for the President Educational Welfare. Thank you all so much for attending. And at this point, we will move over to our President Sports and Fiscal Activity candidates. Thank you all so much again, our President Educational Welfare candidates. Thank you. So we will now move on to our President Sport and Fiscal Activity, and we are joined by a couple of our candidates for this position. Just a reminder, please make sure that you visit the elections page on the union's website, rogunion.co.uk/election, to find all the manifestos and every other details about our candidates who are running in this election. And remember again, voting starts March 30th, 2022, and will continue until 2 p.m. Friday, April 1st. And results will be announced on April 1st. So picking our candidates for President, Sport and Fiscal Activity, based on the alphabetical order of their first names, we have contestants for this role. We have Ewan, we have Joel, we have Lada, and Prince Will. Please, Ewan, can you confirm that you're here?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Joel.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Lada.
I'm here.
Awesome. And Prince Will. Okay, Prince Will. Okay, so we will start by giving our candidates for President, Sport and Fiscal Activity 2 minutes each to outline their manifesto and explain to us all why we should vote for them. After this introduction is our Q&A section, and each candidate will have 1 minute to answer their questions. So we'll start with you, Ewan. In 2 minutes, please. And again, can we all mute our mics? I can hear some. Thank you so much. So we'll start with you, Ewan. In 1 minute, please outline your manifesto and explain to our students why we should vote for you. 2 minutes.
Perfect. Hi, everybody. My name is Ewan Ritchie. I'm a 4th year applied sport and exercise science student. And since joining university in 2018, I've been part of RG Basketball Sports Club. In my time there, I've had numerous roles. I've been vice president, president, and most recently, I've been vice captain of the men's first. While I've been part of RG Sports Clubs, I feel like it's given me a great ability to make friends, to build my confidence. It's given me a number of skills that I'd like to utilize in the future. And it's for that reason I want to be president, and I want to make sure that everybody coming to RGU and part of RGU Sports Club has the same experience that I did. So part of my main manifesto and things I want to achieve as your guys' sports president is I want to fight for the free student gym memberships to stay in place. So these are going to end in August as of currently, but I want to go to the board at RGU and I want to really fight, and I want to promote the importance of physical activity on your physical health and also your mental health. It also gives students from different areas and backgrounds and different socioeconomic backgrounds an opportunity to still have these benefits. I also want to improve clubs with their individual goals whether that be performance-based, development-based, or inclusivity in terms of getting more members in. I've achieved all of these three things as president of basketball, and I want to just do this on a larger scale and involve all the clubs. I want to ensure all clubs meet their fundraising targets and understand why this is important, because this is how RGU sports clubs like organize and how they can get buses to different areas, and this is how they run. And I want to be a voice for students and really push forward what the forum and what all RGU sports club members think
10
about
seconds
sport,
left.
to implement that across everybody. And I think that's why you guys should vote for me as your first choice for sports president.
Thank you so much. Right on time. And then we go on next to Joel. Yeah.
Good afternoon. I'm Joel Adebanjo, and I'm the current Vice President Sports for the university. I've learned from the best. I've learned from Jordan Moore, who was 2 times president for 2 years during the most difficult time of the university. I'm also the current secretary for the Nigerian Student Society. I've been a lover of sports over time. I'm also a member of the RGU football team in Ministry. I play several positions in the team. I'm looking forward to several changes in the sports department. Number one, I'm looking at the coaching facility. We have several talents in the university, several great players. We have players that play as high as Euros, playing for Scotland, representing even Aberdeen in various competitions. We intend bringing coaches in to train these guys. We intend making a robust budget for these coaches to attract the best coach whatsoever for them. Also, looking at the gym membership, gym membership is going probably August or thereabouts. We're working to make that stay in place. But also, I intend to bring in gym trainers, gym coaches in to make this gym a more fun place to be in. Bringing up gym classes. Also, we're looking at sponsorship here. Several of our sports club members have to pay heavily to represent the university. They have to pay heavily to wear this purple color. From where I come from our blends, we tend to represent the school, fly these colors proudly without having to pay from our pocket. I intend to work meaningfully well with members of the society, companies, and bring in high sponsorship due for the university. Also, I'm working with the sport department also to make our swimming membership free for all students, not as much as I have at the university. Vote me as your first choice, voting for change and voting for continuity. Thank you very much.
And then we'll go to Lada.
Hi, I'm Laila Latova, and my pronouns are she, her, or he, him, whichever you prefer. I'm a 4th year computer science student, and I'm running, of course, for president of sport. I've been member of a rifle club since my freshman year, and I've been a vice president, I've been coach, and this year I've been a president. And I couldn't have asked for better community. However, I noticed oftentimes the smaller clubs may feel a little bit left out compared to the bigger ones. They don't feel as much as represented. And if I was elected as a president, I would want to ensure that everyone is treated equally, that everyone's achievements are presented on the same plane, and that no club feels left out. I want to make sure that RGU is a community that feels like a ground that inspires people from different walks of life, that it's a place where it's given opportunity for everybody to shine and achieve amazing results and be recognized for it. And in addition as well to the smaller clubs, I want to push forward for students from different schools that haven't been represented much in the sport community, such as my own as a School of Computing, but as well School of Applied Sciences or even Grace, and showing to our student community that everybody can join the sport club, no matter from their background, and can participate in organized sports is utmost importance for our place to thrive. And not only it will give us more members, potential ones, so we will rise our fresher numbers since COVID times we kind of lowered down on the level on number of students that have been participating, but as well it will ensure that RGU Sport is even stronger and more influential name that represents people from all different walks of life. And as well, I understand what it feels when your community is not full, when it's a little bit broken, like there's only a few people there. So I want to put my utmost importance that no club or no person willing to run for it will be left behind. And I'll put utmost care and diligence to care. And if you choose me, I'll ensure that I'll recognize you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lada. So we would move on to the questions now. And Our first question is, what challenges do you think sports clubs are facing at the moment, and how do you plan to overcome these challenges? We'll start with you, Joel.
Number one, finance. Number two, membership. Number three, exposure. Finance in terms of how well are they funded. We know sports clubs go out for fundraising, but sometimes they tend not to meet the target. They are doing very well, they're perfectly doing fine, going out of their time to raise funds for themselves and for the society at large. But we intend to work on this finance. We tend to lobby the school to probably get finance the clubs more better, and also get more finance from outside community. Also membership. I intend to bring in to publicize membership to all phases of students, postgraduate, as I'm a postgraduate student, undergraduate, and even help to different faculties in school, different departments. No matter your sexuality, no matter your race, no matter your background, you can be part of sports clubs for fun or for talent. Thank you.
Move to Iwan. So the question is, what challenges do you think sports clubs, please can you mute our mics if you're not talking? Yeah. What challenges do you think sports clubs are facing at the moment, and how do you plan to overcome these challenges?
Yeah, so, and I noticed it personally being part of the basketball club. Since returning to COVID, I think participation numbers have been slightly down. I think the involvement of students in general have been slightly down because they've been used to kind of sedentary activities for almost 2 years. So I think a challenge that we currently face, the current president and whoever gets elected this presidency, will be bringing back members into society, into sports clubs, bringing them back into social aspects of clubs and getting all students involved. I think this is really important because sport is a huge part of a lot of students, and I think it's over 800 students are involved in sports clubs. So that huge population, and also getting the numbers that aren't involved all in. So I think a huge part of that will be really getting numbers and making sure that everybody feels included and everybody's involved with sports clubs. Yeah.
So Lada, the same question. What challenges do you think sports clubs are facing at the moment, and how do you plan to overcome these challenges?
Well, I think the biggest right now, the challenge is the club memberships. Now the numbers are much lower than what we used to have pre-COVID, and I would like to engage more students to participate, to face the different schools, to get more engagement and promote sport across entirety of RGU University campus, and as well, which will hopefully help as well our fundraising to raise higher, because we had a little bit of problems this year, and hopefully if we get more members, it will not only give us a better fundraising, and it will let us to improve our just overall community. Thank you.
A question, and the question is, what steps will you take to ensure that all students take part in sports and physical activities across the university, and that sports and physical activity in RGU is inclusive and welcoming to all? So we'll start with Lada.
Well, I would like
to ensure that all students take part in sport and physical activities in RGU, and that sports and physical activities in RGU is inclusive and welcoming to all.
Well, I would like to communicate with heads of schools, of departments, especially the ones that haven't been as much involved, such as like computer science, grace, whatsoever, and promote and to show them that we are an inclusive place. We want to as well to maybe potentially talk with other communities such as LGBT to see and how much we could improve our as well inclusivity, and just share a lot of in social media, show to everybody that all the sport clubs are available to everybody, no matter what different walks of life they are from. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll move to you, Ewan. What steps will you take to ensure that all students take part in sports and physical activities across RGU, and that sports and physical activities in RGU are inclusive and welcoming to all?
Yeah, so I think there's kind of two main ways, at least in my manifesto, that can directly tackle this. So obviously that free gym membership that I'll be fighting for gives all student population, not only the students in RGU sports clubs, that gives them access to gym facilities for free, no matter what background they're from. and that will greatly increase the amount of students that are participating in sports and physical activity in general. Through that, there'll be promotion in terms of people wanting to join sports clubs now because they have access to these different facilities. But a different way to do this as well is kind of club culture and improving that. So I'll be continuing the work that previous presidents have done on initiatives such as red card on initiations, making sure that social spaces within sports clubs are rewarding, they're safe, and they don't feel pressured to indulge in terms of alcohol or different activities if they don't want to, for example.
Thank you so much. Then Joel, what steps will you take to ensure that all students take part in sport and physical activities across the university, and that sport and physical activities in RGU is inclusive and welcoming to all?
To start with, I will appreciate the president and vice president of sports clubs. They've been doing fantastically well and they've been doing great. If I'm elected, I'll be working with the vice president society and the president, or the president in the union. It's a one board, it's a one society. We can work hand in hand, incorporating societies with sports clubs. Members of societies can also be members of sports clubs. That's a very good one, increase numbers and everything. Also, I'll be working with various levels of presidents in faculties, school officers, promoting sports clubs. When I came personally, I knew how it was to get to know about sports clubs. We work more on social media, our Instagram pages, our Facebook pages. They're doing well, but we could do much more better. And I will make my tenure feel free of any bias, and we work towards bringing more members into sports clubs. Thank you.
Okay. I also want to just ask again, please. Is Prince Will here? Prince Will for the President's Sport and Physical Activity role. Okay, looks like he's not. Okay, so at this point, does any of the candidates have anything else that they would want to add? Any point that they would want to add to this section? Okay, Lada.
I just wanted to add, I wanted to say thank you to entire RGU sport community this year. I think we achieved amazing results, especially since it's been our first proper year out of the COVID. So, and still despite like lower numbers or everything, I think every president, every sport clubs have showed their utmost diligence and how much they care about it. And they showed that truly the RGU sport community is still thriving and will thrive even more. Thank you.
Not much to say. Then I enjoyed my evening on Saturday. It was a great blues bowl, my first Scottish dance in Aberdeen. I danced my feet away. I slept out the next day. It was all fun. More fun next year then. Thank you.
Want to add anything?
Yeah, just to echo, again, I agree with Laila, like RG Sports Club have done really well this year, and it's really good to see that they've kind of bounced back from these, from COVID. And I just want to say thank you to everybody kind of in this call as well, and people running for all these positions, and I hope everybody gets out and votes on March 30th.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. And at this point, let me check if we have any questions from the audience. It looks like we don't have any. Okay, looks like we don't have any. So, okay, no, yeah, we don't have any questions at this point. So, I have some final questions that are now open to all candidates, all the candidates. So, first question is, how will you use your role as student president to maintain and progress the positive partnership that exists between the union and the university? This question is open to any candidate who wishes to answer. Any, all, everyone. So if you want to answer, please raise your hand. Okay, we have Emma Jane. So sorry, hold on. Emma Jane came up first, followed by Patricia, followed by Greg, followed by Reeve, followed by Wale. Okay, so Emma Jane, you can go ahead. Yeah.
I think everyone on the call wants to say something.
Okay. Two seconds. Okay.
Hi, Laila. Could you please repeat the question?
Okay. All right. I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay. So the question is, how will you use your role as student president to maintain and progress the positive partnership that exists between the union and the university. So we have Emma Jane going first, followed by Patricia, followed by Greg, followed by Reeve, and then Wale. So Emma Jane, you can start now.
I'm raising my hands as well.
Okay, all right, no worries. We'll get to that. So as in, sorry, we have just 20 seconds each. 20 seconds each, please. All right, thank you. So Emma, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So again, just by saying thank you, a massive thank you to all the work that everyone's done so far. Just by being in amongst it, I want to get in amongst it, you know. Let's inject some life back into this campus. And it kind of feeds back into my whole campaign about people, culture, community. So, you know, let's just be people, you know, in the same space and just celebrate what we're achieving. It's exciting.
All right, thank you. So Patricia.
Yes, thank you. First, I would like to thank the school management for everything they do. And when I'm giving feedback, that's what I'll do first. I'll thank them first. And when I want to talk, I don't criticize them. I will not be confrontational or come with accusational tone.
5 seconds left.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Greg.
Would continue to build upon the relationships I've already built this year with RGU staff and students. I think as well a social space and bar where everyone can mingle and mix together. And I've also improved our relationship with Grays by being about connecting staff with the union and just showing a union presence at Grays. So thank you.
Thank you. So Reeve.
One of the main ways I'd like to do this is through encouraging Grays and creative and cultural business schools exhibitions in the heart of the union. I've worked on this in previous years, however the COVID pandemic put a stop to it, so I'd really like to go forward with this.
All right, thank you so much. Wale?
Yeah, I'm going to leverage on the existing relationship between the university and the union by continuing with what the present administration has been doing. And then we will ensure we foster that relationship to the next level. Whatever we bring before the university will be accepted and will be done as the student may want.
All right, thank you. Jessica. Sorry. Princess is next.
Hi, just to keep it short, I would like to use an abbreviation TCF, transparency, communication, and feedback. Things like the open student voice and the places for students to communicate and be in the center of the partnership is what I believe is how we can improve partnership with the student union.
All right, thank you so much. And up next is Joel.
I intend to work with all the sports staffs at our school, at our sport department. The sport department is a very peculiar and special department. It kind of a little bit different with other departments. So you have to work hand in hand to achieve the best. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Jessica.
Yes, I want to say just thank you for the present government. You guys have been doing a wonderful job. I mean, it's not easy to sit on that seat and making decisions and all that. Thank you so much. And if elected, I will want to leverage on what the present government have done, then incorporate it with my own agenda to achieve a greater result and a greater RGU.
All right, thank you so much. Then Fumi.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again just one more time?
Oh, okay. The question is, how will you use your role as student president to maintain and progress the positive partnership that exists between the union and the university?
Okay. I would do that by also continuing what we've already started last year, and also to kickstart with what we are going to do next year. And also what we've done that's last year, the AGM, making good use of it, and also creating a platform where before the union makes a decision, they relate it to the student first and hear their feedback before taking any decision. And those are the things I'm looking for, putting the student first and,
all right,
making sure that their voice are heard.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. So, final question. Your time as president is short.
All right, I haven't spoken, please.
Oh, Wale, okay. Wow.
Benga.
Oh, I didn't see your name. I didn't see your hand raised. Is your hand raised?
Oh, maybe I didn't use the right stimulus. Yeah.
So
okay, it was in the chat. It was
so sorry. Wale, have you spoken?
I've spoken.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, I didn't see your hand up. Okay, Benga, go ahead.
Okay, my hands down.
All right, thank you for the question. What I will do is to consistently partner with the management, especially what I called Student Connect is going to be extended to the management as well, creating a platform of connecting the students with the management to appreciate them and to consistently, relate with them in terms of the progress of RGU as a whole. So this is what I would do to maintain that relationship.
Okay,
Thank you.
right. Thank you so much. Then the final question, your time as president is short. Before you know it, 1 year is over. How do you intend to deliver all of your aims and also continue any existing project that has been handed over to you by the previous union teams? I don't know if that makes any sense. I'll repeat it again. Your time as president is short. Before you know it, 1 year is over, frankly. So how do you intend to deliver all of your aims and also continue the existing projects that will be handed over to you by the previous union team? So
Okay.
hold on. I'm so
Can
sorry.
I go first?
No, hold on. People have their hands raised, so I need to go in and see who raised their hands first. Okay, so we have Patricia. Okay. We actually have Emma Jane first. So please, it will be 20 seconds each. So sorry, let me just do this.
I don't mind what order I go in, Laila.
Sorry?
I don't mind if someone else wants to go first. I don't have a problem.
Okay, all right, no worries. It's just so that it's actually clear to me the order, because I have to use it, So we'll start with you, Emma Jane. After Emma Jane is Ewan. Then we have Greg, Joel, Lada, Wale, Benga, Patricia, Princess, Reeve, and Susanna. So 20 seconds each, please. 20 seconds so we can get out of here.
Do you mind repeating the question for us,
So
please?
the question is, your time as president is short. Short in the sense that by the time you know it, it's already 1 year. And we all know you have some aims and all of that. So how do you intend to deliver all the aims you have and also continue any existing projects that will be handed over to you by the previous union teams? So the time starts now.
That's a huge question, and you're right, our time is so short. How quick has this year gone past since we've been back? I think it's important to add here the relationships that have already been built within schools, within our union, across Arginine.
10 seconds left.
And within students. So it's important that we're not starting from scratch. We're building upon the fantastic things that have already happened so far and moving that forward further.
All right, thank you so much. So next is Ewan.
Yeah, so you would take your president job, you would start in July. So I'd like to make sure that before the majority of students come back in September, that they're all my plans and all my initiatives are all started up and they're all of sound footing before these students come back.
10 more
and then
seconds.
When these students come back, they can just build and add on to what I've started off.
All right, thank you so much. Next is Greg.
So how would I do it? Essentially being on exec for 2 terms, I know the work that we've done, I know how exec works, and I know how it operates, so I can promise that from day one, I can begin work. I also, through consultation with staff in the union, I know that all my policies are achievable, and I wouldn't promise something that I couldn't deliver. So everything on that manifesto I know is absolutely achievable and can be done, and it should be done.
All right, thank you so much. Then up next is, Jessica.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. I'll leverage on teamwork because a lot tend to be achieved when you work together. So teamwork will be my yes, teamwork.
All right, thank you so much. Joel, please, so sorry, please mute your mic if you're not speaking. Thank you so much. Joel.
Yeah, I'm the current VP. I'm on ground. I'm already working. We keep working and we continue working. I learned from one of the best. I will definitely have to work on what she has done on ground and so bring a few changes into the department. That's just the goal. That's the purpose.
All right, thank you so much. Then up next is Lada.
Well, how I'm gonna deliver it? With some diligence, hard work, some sleepless nights, and great communication with all the established already sport clubs and other societies that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. And Wale?
Okay, our manifesto becomes a mandate. It becomes part of us, what we must achieve, however we have to do it. I'm going to put in my best from the first day, ensuring that every part of my manifesto is put into consideration and ensuring that I leverage on what has been done by the previous administration, which has been so fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. And then Fumi.
Okay, how are we able to do that within this short period of time is being able to, continue the hard good work that the past set or the present set are doing, and also be able to, because whatever I plan on doing is achievable and feasible, and I'll also put, the student first and the union first before any other thing. So being able to achieve all my plans within that short period of time.
Thank you. 30 minutes, 30 seconds is up. All right, thank you. Benga.
All right. My strategic plan would be to hit the road running from day one. And like I already have a team that I'm working with, which I'm going to collaborate with at various schools and departments and units. And I'm also going to leverage on teamwork with my colleagues. And with this, I know I will get every project achieved before my tenure expires. Thank you.
Thank you. Then Patricia.
Yes, having worked with school management for over 10 years, I have great negotiation skills. I'm going to hit the ground running and begin to lobby for the aims I have because I believe everything there is achievable, it is doable, and it is not out of place. I am capable of understanding different points of views, which will allow me to work well with the present staff and continue the good work the present president and vice they've already put in place. Thank you.
Thank you. Princess.
Hi, thank you. So with my experience as the student president of the NSS, I know that a plan is really important to achieving goals. And that's also why my manifesto uses the SMART tools to make it specific and time measurable as well. I think that it's important that I have the support and work with my fellow presidents if I'm elected into the role, and also work and collaborate with the past presidents, the school community, the students, the society, the club, everyone in China.
All right, thank you. And then Reeve.
During my time as Vice President Community, I've achieved so much, including a very successful Christmas gift drive. This is all alongside my studies, so as you can see, I'm driven, I'm committed, and I'm used to representing the student voice. I believe that every RGU student is passionate about our campus, and I will use every lecturer and every union staff to ensure a vibrant and diverse campus.
Thank you. And then Susana.
Okay. I believe in sustainability. So my aims and objectives are based on sustainability, just like the present leadership have developed their aims and objectives on sustainability. So basically, at the beginning of my tenure, if I win, I'm going to start my responsibility as soon as possible, working alongside the.
Thank you so much. 30 seconds is up. Thank you. Okay, so thank you all so much for your participation today. Does anybody have any questions, not for your fellow, not for a candidate on the same position as you, but for any other candidates? Does anybody have a question for a candidate that is not competing with you on the same role? Okay, nobody. Thank you all so much for that as well. And then before we wrap up, just a reminder that not all of our candidates were here with us today. So please make sure to our students, please make sure that you head over to the union website, roguunion.co.uk/elections, to read up the manifestos of all of our candidates and see what they plan to do when they get in office, if they get your votes. So thank you so much to our candidates for being here with us. Thank you so much for participating in this Q&A. And to you, our audience, thank you so much for watching and for submitting your questions as well. Remember to join us here tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. where we'll be having a Q&A session, this time with our vice presidents. And remember again, voting opens on Wednesday, 30th of March at 00:00, like 12 midnight. 30th of March, and it would be on the union website, rguunion.co.uk. Go ahead there, read manifestos, watch the campaign videos that our candidates have all put up, and find out more about our candidates on the union website. Thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck to all of our candidates. Yeah.